Okay, part two. Uh, this is low budget, all right, guys? I'm at my wit's end. Been working for over 20 years on this. All right, if you want to live, come with me. That's all I have to say. So, Taylor Swift and your family and everybody you care about, you're all connected. All right, so when Taylor Swift, trigger alert, okay, I'm going to be talking about everything you don't want to talk about because I'm going to talk about the solution and the way to get it out of your life in reality. Okay, so smoke a bunch of pot, have a drink of wine, whatever you need. Pop a couple pills, whatever your anti-anxiety thing is. All right, buckle up, Spanky. All right, we're all experiencing our own shitstorm. All right, this is a cry for help. You think you're the only one? Bull. That's the big secret. Everybody's FUBAR. Everybody is FUBAR because we all live on planet Earth and our leaders want it that way. All right? So you got to know that. All right? And the reason why they're coming after you is because you are dangerous. Dangerous. Yes. That's why they're coming after you. Okay? If they didn't have like 20 life-threatening stalkers, then you guys would all be hanging out and you'd be going, let's see, Selena Gomez, We Day, let's get on We Day, Selena. We're going to talk about, ending war and let's get on Bella's thing. But no, everybody's all broken up and like in their own prison and their own shitstorm. And I'm just going, whoa, is there a connection here? I'm just asking questions, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. All right? I'm just asking questions. I find it really fucking hard to believe that those crazy ass fucking stalkers, it's like organically, spontaneously just arose out of nowhere. I'm just saying, I just think it's really weird because I'm your biggest fan. I love your music. I'm really your biggest fan. And when I listen to it, okay, I can't imagine some guys, Taylor Swift, wow, I'm listening to her music, and now I kill. I just find it hard to believe. Okay, but, Zayn Malik, he opened his big mouth, he started saying, Palestine, we gotta be nice to the little kids, and then he got all these death threats, and then he met Gigi, and then Gigi met Taylor. Okay, I have a whole timeline here of, like, when all of a sudden 10 stalkers showed up over the next few years. And I'm looking back here, and I'm thinking, wow, maybe it's all connected. But maybe it's not connected. Maybe the bottom line is this. There's an epidemic of crazy people out there, and they need the cure. So we can hit them from whatever the explanation is. That's what this is about. So I contacted you guys because I found the solution. Let me bring it up again. Why you gotta be so mean? That answers it's the most important song of all time because that's a cause of hypertension. Who put the tension in the hypertension? That's an easy question to answer. Just make a list. So there's a list of things here, like if you got fired from your job and you put a score. It's how you figure out your allostatic load, your load of stress. Is it hit this high? Is it this high? Where is it? Okay, if you got 20 life-threatening stalkers, then your poor mom has got a lot of stress. They're still out there, all right? So you got eyes wide open. If you want to not get cancer again, so my dad started a movement. Just watch the Dr. Drew, I called it to Dr. Drew, and I told him about my dad, and he said, oh yeah, when I was in medical school, we heard about the Pritikin Longevity Center. My dad was the founding medical director of the Pritikin Longevity Center, the longest profitable residential healthy living program in the world, now in a Trump hotel on Miami Beach. So there's nothing like it because it's the kind of place where they have the best doctors. They started off with UCLA doctors, the best nurses, the best food, gourmet food, healthy, and you would have fun, meet people, make friends, get exercise, and reset your stress system. So that model has been proven to reverse multiple illnesses like heart disease, high blood pressure, hardening of the arteries. Cancer, I don't know. But the reason that cancer's harder, my dad and his other colleagues, after he left there, they went on to find a lot of links between stress and cancer. So, and everybody that I know has had cancer has had radical, huge amounts of stress beforehand, leading up to it. So, the way to, maybe to cure it, we don't know. When you find out you have cancer, you go, oh my God, your stress goes through the roof. And so that's not good, actually. But we're all scared of cancer. But we shouldn't be scared of cancer. We should be living happy, successful lives without a bunch of problems. That's what really should be going on. So that's what this video is about. It's to connect with people that want a better life for themselves and everybody they know, and they would enjoy coming together just to talk about it. So I'm breaking down the walls, all right? I saw Pink Floyd twice live when they did The Wall. Okay, The Wall, that's what's going on. Information about cures is locked up and not talked about. And that needs to change, okay? If they're stressing you out, then that leads to you don't talk to anybody as much. So we got to change that. If we want to live, my friend died, but I got a bunch of friends. I got a few friends still. I got family members who are circling the drain too. And so we come together, we could save them and ourselves before somebody else dies. Look at who you still have. That's worth fighting for now. So it's not just about the forgotten children. It's about you and everybody you care about. Because at any minute, they might have to go back into the medical system. And they got a 50-50 chance that the doctor is going to mess it up. That's reality. So we all have been living a delusional lie that America's medical system is the best in the world. It's the best in the world 50% of the time, which is about the odds of the Titanic. Okay? So, something like that. Anyway, that's not good. So, yeah. And I got all the proof, 100%. Everything I say, I got 10 items of proof, and I got 10 experts at our best universities who already agreed to back me up. So, here's one example. Alzheimer's. The End of Alzheimer's Program by Dale Bredesen. I've been communicating with him for 3 years. And Bruce Willis, Jay Leno's wife, and now Danny Glover said he has Alzheimer's. Chuck Norris's first wife just died from Alzheimer's. I've been trying to work with that family for 15 years. But I couldn't get through. Okay, so that's our biggest problem is communication. But that could change. One phone call, one message. Share my videos with everybody you know to see if somebody wants to come together so we can all get healthy, straighten out the medical system, and find out WTF is going on around here. Are you a truth seeker? That's how I found a massive amount of truths. So I've got 100 revelations I found that could change the world. Truths. 50% positive, 50% negative. Approximately 100. I made a list. So, the end of Alzheimer's. The end of hypertension. 95% of Americans get hypertension. Bad odds. 50% of American adults have hypertension right now. And it's making them sick. Bad. So, those are both symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. So now I'm running out of time. It's getting really dark. I only have a few more minutes. This is how you find out I've got a chart of 100 celebrities. This is why they're depressed. There's at least 10 to 20 of Taylor Swift's best friends, Paris Hilton's best friends. You guys are all connected. You're all seeking the answer. I found the answers. I'm not getting calls back yet. We gotta break the logjam. If you're listening to this, please help us break the logjam. In America, information should be freely passing around. Good information which is valid, which can help people. So, I tried to bring them together in 2012, Rabbi Yehuda Berg. In the email, in the text message, in the email, I mentioned Madonna was going over to the Middle East. By the end of the year, he got accused of sexual assault. Some really attractive lady went over to his house willingly, and then he tried to hit on her, okay? And then she left, and she accused him of sexual assault for trying to hit on her. I don't even think he touched her. He may have leaned over and tried to kiss her, okay? And she won, and he quit. So Mohammed Hadid, he had something happen to him, similar thing, which was totally bogus, obviously. And I was trying to bring the Hadids together in an event with Tracy Reiner. So I'm wondering what the connection is here. I've had multiple other partners falsely harassed and prosecuted by the criminal justice system because been trying to fix these things for the last 20 years. So I'm running out of time. I missed a ton of details, but I invite you to share information which is 100% positive. It could help you. It could save your life. It could save people you care about right now.